All right, I'm gonna work on the truck a little bit more today. I got some some shrink tube, the adhesive line stuff, because the ICP sensor was like butt connected before, because they replaced it and cut the old connector off. I don't know what happened, but adhesive line shrink tube is the best way to go because it doesn't let any water ingress into the wires. And then what I'm also gonna do is pull it over here, do that, then do like a contribution, like a cylinder contribution test with the scan tool, and do a few other tests to see what the check engine light and why the ABS lights are on. Put the fender liner in, and then I'll drop it off at the paint guy, or not the paint guy, but the guy that's going to clean it up front. And then hopefully he has it done in a couple days, and I could throw the King Ranch wheels on it, which is kind of nice because they're like the gold color, and that has like the gold accents. So, and it even has a gold pinstripe. Look at that. So yeah, those wheels right there are gonna look really good on it. So yeah, let's see how she fires up. Nice and cold and everything. Yeah, it's not that cold, but I feel like there's some air in the fuel because it kind of has like a rough idle. So I've just fixed the steering column. These bushings go bad, and if you just let them go, they will actually eventually break the whole shaft like the other truck I had. So I greased them, put the bushings out of that broken shaft because it just needed a new shaft, and the bushings were still good. And I put some grease. I did fix that. You can see how it's misaligned, but the little thing's broke, so I have to get like a new clip, so then it'll be actually on park instead of they get off, is like an issue with those as well. So I'm gonna pretty much put this stuff all back together, and then put the fender liner in, and then take it up to the detail guy and have him detail it. So I mean, he's gonna have his work cut out for him, but yeah, I might go take it for a drive before that. Oh, and then I don't know what this is for, but it's like aftermarket crap that I don't know what it goes to, so I'm gonna pull it out. It springs with Ronnie, and I just took the truck for a drive. I couldn't figure out where the oil was leaking from. I pressure washed the whole bottom, and now it's not really leaking anymore. Or maybe it was just in like oil, like residual oil from the IPR change in the valley, just like seeping out gradually as the engine ran. But yeah, I'm glad it actually runs and drives. Now I need to like when I took it for a drive, I blew one of the intercooler couplers off, so I'm gonna have to fix that. I'll do that tomorrow. I'm not too worried about it. It's getting cleaned, and yeah, I probably should drive it up to the guy, and maybe I'll do that tomorrow. I'll drop it off tomorrow. I don't have. Me and Ronnie are gonna go to the U-Pull up in Colorado Springs, and maybe there'll be some stuff there. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe there's an Excursion or like a V10 one with all the interior I need. Don't get it driving anymore. It's getting shipped off.
It's too low.
Yeah, hopefully it fits. Those ramps look long though, so. Here, trying to.
Yeah.
And my battery's gonna die. going to play with the BMW a little bit today. I got the little cubby holder right there from the junkyard a few weeks ago. That actually works because the one in this car was missing. So what I'm gonna do is replace it, and then it probably needs to be a little cleaned up. I washed it out. It was all full of dirt when I pulled it out of the other car at the junkyard. So I need to pretty much, this thing right here, like lifts up or something. Like this pops up. I don't remember. It was when I pulled it from the one out of the junkyard, it was already like up. So it looked like that piece in the back just popped up, and then just like the whole like thing leaned. So I just need like a small screwdriver, and I should be able to get it out. And I also have to remove like the shifter, the bezel and everything down there. But I think I should be able to get it in there without breaking anything, hopefully. Because all that stuff's so old, it's old stuff's really brittle, so it's hard to, you have to be really careful not to break it. And then I kind of, I don't know, I put some more stuff on the shelf because I had to move my tires over here for my truck, the new ones that you guys haven't seen yet. But you're, oh yeah, those are gonna be tight. So I'm gonna do that, and then I don't know what else I'm gonna do. I need to lower the back of the Juke a little bit because it's not even. So I might do that today too because I want to start driving it. I need to get some sway bar links because I had to cut the old ones because the oh man, because it was a Minnesota car. So usually that's the issue. That's one reason I didn't like Minnesota, was because of all of the rust. So yeah, the sway bar links were pretty corroded, and when I tried to undo the bolts, I think I showed that, but they just pretty much got to a point and then wouldn't go anymore, and then they're like Allens and a bolt, and it's stripped out, so I'm gonna have to cut them off and put new ones on. I almost have this out. I just need to remove these last two Phillips right here. I already removed the two Phillips up here. The easiest way to do this is the shift boot, you just kind of wrap your finger around the inside and pull it off of this. And then so see all these cracks right here? I'm gonna try to probably refinish this one day. If I get around to it, I'll just sand it and re-epoxy it and clear it. But what happens is when people remove this trim piece over the years, they just pull up. So when you pull up, there's these three little spots, and as you pull up, you put your finger on this side and you hold the piece of wood down so it doesn't actually like put any stress on it to crack it anymore. So all these cracks are already here. I'll probably end up fixing them sooner or later, but right now I'm just worried about putting that new little cubby in. So another thing is this piece right here, you have to undo these two screws. That little piece that goes on the back side just pretty much pops out. It just sits right here. It just pops out, and these two screws come out, and it just is kind of like latched in here. So you just have to see the little things. Once you get those screws out, you can kind of just wiggle it until it comes out, and then you could just lay it over there for now, and just be careful because all this is leather, or like, I don't know, it's something, but you don't want to like mess it up. So just kind of gently lay it over there, and so I'll pull these two screws out, and then this whole piece should come right out. Put these down here. It should. I'm probably going to need both my hands, so I'll start recording after I get it out, but it pretty much just needs to come up and forward to come out. And it just pops right out, so I kind of just pulled it forward and out. I put all this stuff underneath through that hole as it popped up. And then I'm not going to undo all these wires because all I need to do is replace this. So I'm just going to do the Phillips heads, replace it, and then pretty much just reassemble it back to how it was. And then one day I'll probably fix it. I'll get some stuff and clean up all that while it's all apart, so it's not, I don't know, it's kind of grungy and dusty and stuff, all that human skin that gets in there from driving and sitting around. So dash is all back together. I actually decided to kind of clean the interior up since it was, I don't know, it was a little bit dusty. It wasn't too bad, but I applied mink oil to the seats. Everything looks shiny right now because it has to absorb in, but this is for like horse saddles and everything, and it practically is, to my knowledge and what I've seen, because I put it on the VR4 seats and it made them nice and squishy again from like rock hard leather. And these seats are like really like soft already, so I just wanted to make sure they didn't crack or anything, because they are crack-free seats and these cars are really old. So I pretty much mink oiled that. The little things back in there all nice and clean, and I don't know, I kind of want to drive this thing around, but I kind of like want to drive the Juke around because it's boosted. I'm probably going to, this has the valve cover gasket leaks a little bit, so I'm probably going to go to the junkyard, grab a set of valve covers, and then probably paint match them to the car. It's like a blue, like metallic color, like purple metallic kind of, and then put new valve cover gaskets in. And then I'll probably also, I don't know where that cover went, but there's also a engine cover for it, which it's probably in the trunk because my dad. Come on. Huh. No, it's not in the trunk. It's somewhere. So it's like a cover that goes over the engine. I was actually thinking about paint matching it, but also like hydro dipping it, maybe. I'm not sure. I might just paint match it and then put it all back together, and then it'll be all nice. And then the car's already nice and clean. I probably need to buff it. I keep saying that, but I never do. It definitely needs a wash because it's kind of dirty. You can see right there behind the wheel, the dirt. The whole car's kind of dirty. I don't know, what do you guys think? But, you know, look at that dirt right there. But yeah, I want to get cleaned up, and I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I kind of want to sell it. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I'm going to fix those valve cover gaskets though, and then figure out what I'm going to do, because it's just another car that I have that I don't know what to do with. The Juke is for sale, but you know, winter's coming up and I don't want to drive my truck all winter, so I'll probably just hold off on selling that until summer hits. But all-wheel drive cars like sell good in the winter. The back is a little bit high, but the front kind of, when you turn it, rubs, so I'm probably going to raise it up just a little bit so it doesn't rub anymore when you turn the wheels, maybe half an inch or like a quarter of an inch or something like that, just so the frame is even with the ground. But another issue was the tie rod ends were rusted on, so I just cut them at the time. I got new ones today. I'm going to put those on right now, and after I do that and raise this up, maybe tomorrow I'll take it by Nissan, or at least call them and schedule an appointment to get the tires balanced and have them do an alignment on this too, because the steering wheel kind of shakes. I mean, it probably needs an alignment, so, and it definitely probably needs the tires to be balanced, or it might not need alignment. Yeah, actually probably does, because I put coilovers on it. So I might just do that anyway, and it's like 69 bucks, so it's not a big deal to have it done, and then it'll be nice and smooth driving again. and I shouldn't have any other problems. I'll probably adjust the coilovers, the dampening probably a little bit closer to soft. I think the front and back are like different like stiffness settings on the dampening, but other than that, it runs and drives really nice. So you can see right there the tie rod end that I just had to cut off because it was all rusted, and now I'm going to just use a cut-off wheel to just cut that bolt and then put the new ones on. So I have a sway bar again, and then I'm going to adjust the coilovers a little bit, not too much, but just a little bit, because you can see I wonder where it's rubbing at. Yeah, I don't see. Oh, it looks like right here there's a little rub spot, so that's where it's touching when it's turned. So it just needs to be raised up a hair. It may be lowered a little bit in the back. We'll see if once I raise it up, if it's the same height throughout the frame. So what I pretty much had to do was raise the front 1/2 inch, and I'm pretty sure I lowered the rear 1/2 inch. So now it is a little bit better, and then all the dampening on the coilovers was like, this one was super stiff, this side, that side was like super soft, the backs were like all out of whack, so I kind of adjusted them to like 5 clicks on all of them, and I took it for a little test drive, and it felt a lot better. So I mean, it's not super low, but it's not super monster trucky anymore.